Hey guys, I think we're back. Yeah, we are back. I'm waiting for that clock to go. It says we're live. Yeah, we're on. We are on. Sorry about that, guys. I had an interruption. It happens, just trying to keep life going as it can be. So, we were talking about Camelot, and we were talking about how Kennedy wanted everything out in the open pretty much. The Knights at the Round Table, everybody has all the same information. Everybody is a collective and knows the same things. And I think that's what Kennedy wanted. That was his whole idea of his presidency, was have everything transparent, have knowledge transparent, have information about the industrial complex transparent, about the secret space program transparent. Let's just get it out there. And they didn't want that. Now, who are the they? Because as a detective or as a police officer, it's who, what, when, where, and how. Sometimes the who becomes a they, and they, we hear about CIA, we hear about mafia. Um, I will say this, that we do know that in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, there was a guy named Barry Seal. Tom Cruise played a movie called American Made about Barry Seal. I think it's Made in America. I don't know. American Made, something like that. Not promoting the movie, haven't seen it. But the true story of this guy was that he was running cocaine from Pablo Escobar from Colombia in his plane to a little place just north Louisiana, has a lot of forest, has a mountain range called Arkansas. Yeah. So they're landing in Arkansas, moving millions and millions of dollars worth of narcotic. Okay. And you got to somehow get into politics, because that's the only way you're going to keep this stuff quiet. The CIA merging with the mafia and running this cocaine operation utilize the help of probably, I don't have information on it. I haven't seen this written down or anything. This is just what comes to me, what tells me that this is how the Clintons got involved in Arkansas, was that they utilized money that might have come from CIA, might have come from mafia, to rise Bill into power. We've seen what the mafia and CIA money can do. This video might even get shut down for all I know for mentioning this kind of stuff. And if you get to see it, great. If something would ever happen to me, make you kind of wonder. But that's how it kind of begun. That's how this deep state really came into America. I really believe more when they got involved with the Clintons. Well, the Clintons were rising to power. John F. Kennedy Jr. was still around. John F. Kennedy Jr., if you look at the whole big picture of John F. Kennedy Jr., was the one person in America that America followed from his birth to his death. Okay? He was the true royalty of America. And one of the things that America did not want, or that certain people in America didn't want, was royalty in America. They did not want that. And that makes sense. I can understand that. And with that being said, back up a little bit more, when Bill Clinton was young, you can go and find it. There's my little electronic nipple, cell phones. You can go and see something. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to look this up. I don't have a fast phone. I don't pay a big to the big corporate companies in the cell phone business. Here it is. Here's the picture right here, guys. Here you go. Right there. Bill Clinton wanted to be Kennedy. And after the assassination of Kennedy, that was it. His dream was solidified. He wanted to be president of the United States. But it takes a true heart, it takes a true soul for enlightenment to begin. John F. Kennedy went through a lot in his life. He survived death after his PT Cruiser was shot, was exploded. Was it, part of war? PT 109, him and his crew, part of his crew didn't make it. He got to an island. He wrote on a coconut shell, I think his name, and that's another thing you can look up is the coconut shell that Kennedy had on the Resolute desk on the White House. Pretty much he wrote down information and through the coconut shell, and it was found. And that's how Kennedy kind of was safe too, and was able to survive World War II. An amazing story about that situation. An amazing story. But he went through a lot of stuff. The man went through a lot of stuff before he was ever president, and him always having. And yeah, did Kennedy do some bad things? Yeah, he did some bad things. Yeah, was there an affair? Yeah, that was an affair. Yes, that was bad stuff. His end goal, though, was what is the most important thing to think about, though. His end goal of what the Kennedy dream, the dream of Camelot, what he wanted, and that's what was destroyed. That's what was taken down. So Clinton comes into play, and that was a very interesting situation because John F. Kennedy Jr., his mom, who was First Lady, was Jacqueline Onassis Kennedy, and she married the most richest man in the world at the time after John F. Kennedy's death. Okay. And with money comes knowledge. And with knowledge, the ability to control your life in ways that most people wouldn't understand. Kennedy, JFK Jr., John, I'll start saying John. John is in New York. John rises in New York with George Magazine, which was his interpretation of how he believed and how he saw the world, with different articles and different people that he believed that was, what his goal and idea for the news in the world around them. And he has that, and then he has a plane accident, and in 1999 he died. It's funny if you look at the data when he died. It was in July. It was 1999. I believe in numerology. You put the numbers together, it says so much about right now. If you knew that there was a Democratic powerhouse coming in, and that it was bad, and that it was not of good intentions, do you disclose it when you don't have enough information, or do you build a case? So remember that. John F. Kennedy Jr. was a lawyer. As someone who was in law enforcement, a lot of these child predators that are out there that get caught with child pornography in their hard drive, okay? it's put into the system to see if they're going to hook. Okay. And then it's added and added and added and added. Okay. So Kennedy said, okay, I'm going to take this hook. Okay. And I'm going to get out of the equation, completely get out of the equation. And you have to realize he had money. He had Onassis money. He had Kennedy money, but he had Onassis money behind him. Google how much Onassis wealth was, and I'm not sure what it is now, but what it was. You could fake your death. With that kind of money, you could do anything. You couldn't disappear. You can disappear. And then comes into Q 17, our Donald Trump, our president. JFK Jr. saw something in Donald Trump, in a young Trump. He saw something. He saw that this person, if I can divert off of me, let's put it on him. Now let's start building this guy up. Okay. As someone who understands how old money works, my family is the oldest producing sugarcane company in the United States. Okay. That's still family owned. And so from generation to generation to generation. Okay. Donald Trump's dad had nothing, did not have much money. He might not have been completely poor, but he was definitely not rich. It takes money to make money. And so my question is, what if that Kennedy Onassis money was utilized to make Donald Trump and to build up Donald Trump and to get into the casinos and to infiltrate into Las Vegas with Trump Towers? Go watch any boxing that was done in Vegas in the 80s. Mike Tyson. Where was this at? It was at Trump Plaza. Okay. Think about who and what type of people go watch boxing matches. Nothing wrong with boxing. It's a competitive sport. It's an amazing sport. Okay. I'm talking about the betting aspect. I'm talking about the under the table gambling aspect. I'm talking about when the mafia comes into play to make money. Okay. So if you can infiltrate into these people and understand how they work, okay, they keep files and records. These indictments go way back that we're talking about right now. And these indictments can go all the way back to times like that. We don't know how big this can be. Okay. But being said, I believe that it all starts with JFK Jr. in some way, shape, or form. Is he still alive? I don't know. I mean, they have a picture, autopsy reports, there was a burial. Okay. But there is a connection right now between JFK Jr. and Trump. And I think more and more there'll be out there about it. I'm going to change subjects real quick. We're going to do a little the solar eclipse was great today. It was an amazing experience. I went outside in Spanish Town, Baton Rouge, went to the Spanish Town market, and when the moon went over the sun and made that glow, there was a wind. I was watching a video from Arizona. There was a wind that went through, and literally at the same time, I had the same wind going through too. Live chat. I don't know anything about live chat yet. Remember to guard your privacy and learn more. What just happened? I don't know where I went. Okay, I don't know. If there's anybody who's ever watching this live, it'd be cool if y'all chatted. We could have little conversations. But that wind that came through, that there was a moment, a second, where you felt connected because that win was happening at the exact same time all over. And it was cool to experience that. It's cool to experience that. I just want to take this time that, we're about to get into July 4th. Ben and Rob are going to ESCETI, and they had a great interview with James Garland. If you go to James Garland's page on YouTube at ESCETI, Ben and Rob did an amazing interview. It was great. It was like if you could sit down with Ben and Rob and just talk with them about them and what they do. It was like that. It was absolutely amazing. It was great job, Edge of Wonder, putting that together with ESCETI. Good job with you guys going. I mean, what an amazing experience y'all gonna have. It's gonna be awesome. One day I'll go. One day I'll be there. Right now, a lot's gonna be taking place, and we just have to have faith. We have to have our enlightened spirits that we have inside of us, knowing that whatever comes our way, we can conquer. Where we go one, we go all. And we'll all go together. And it's going to be amazing. And do you know how it's going to be? No. No one knows what's going to happen. And no one knows when it's going to happen. But a lot will be happening soon. Laura Eisenhower was talking about the divine feminine in the solar eclipse today, the other day on her Facebook post. It's very good. If you're not logged in with Laura Eisenhower on Facebook, you should be. You're missing out of massive amounts of knowledge and enlightenment. But right now, for any of my wonderful sisters that are out there right now watching and listening, the divine feminine is truly taking shape. And it's not just for our sisters, it's for our brothers out there too, because the divine feminine has male and female aspects to it. And right now, I think a lot of people are going through a birthing period. And that birthing period is intense. It's hard. It's shit. It is what it is. I call a spade sometimes. But what happens after that crap, the light, the energy, the love, the self-forgiveness, the forgiveness of the world around you, and the ability to give without thinking of self. The true service is where the great work or the great awakening takes place, is when we can give of ourselves. And don't tell anybody about it. The ability to give without thinking, the ability to let go of inhibitions. I'm afraid to talk to a homeless person. I'm afraid to interact with someone of a different culture or a different race. The ability to let that go and just see us all as one. It was interesting. I'll tell you a good story. When I was in the Navy boot camp, we were sitting down, Division 144, hoorah, 144. We were sitting down, and the RDCs came in, and this was the beginnings of boot camp. They said, is there anybody in here that's racist? Anybody here does not like a black person? Anybody here does not like a white person? Anybody here doesn't like a yellow person, an Asian person? Anybody here doesn't like someone who's from Hawaii? Anybody here racist? And people stood up. And it was some white people, some black people. And they were told to go into this door, and they went into this door. They were followed. Someone directed them. They went to this door, and they never came back to the division. They were gone. And that moment when they left, the RDC in charge said, in the United States Navy, there is no white, there is no black. There's brotherhood and there is sisterhood, and we all bleed red. And in the battlefield, it doesn't matter what color you are. as long as you're on the right team and you're working together and you're serving your brother or your sister. That's what it's about. In the same aspect, you have to remember you can't help anybody if you don't help yourself first. You have to put on your gas mask of oxygen and your aircraft is going down. You got to put yours on first before you put your partner's on if they haven't put theirs on. Because if you don't put yours on, you only have 20 seconds of oxygen and then you're blacked out. That's it. 20 seconds can go real fast, and it's something that happened in the air. Remember, put your gas mask on. Then we can start putting on others. So I'm going to end the video with that. If there's something that I missed out, I'm sorry. I will get back to the next video. I don't like keeping too long because it's just me, one person. It's not like I have somebody else to sit with and go back and forth with. I'm pretty sure it gets, just seeing me probably is just too much at times. So be blessed, be loved. I love you, and so does the rest of the world who's there waking up with you. Bye, guys. Oh, I hit this button. Okay, now bye. See y'all soon.